Confirmation bias, the brain that only sees what it wants. Imagine you're searching the internet for information about something, food, politics, health, or even mysterious theories. You find an article, read a post, watch a video, and suddenly it feels like everything is proving you right. It's as if the whole world is agreeing with you. But what if I told you, this doesn't necessarily mean you're right? In fact, it might only mean your brain is tricking you. What is confirmation bias? Confirmation bias is one of the most intriguing and dangerous mental traps in human psychology. It's a shortcut, an invisible filter, that makes you pay attention only to information that supports what you already believe, and ignore, reject, or even distort anything that contradicts it. And this happens all the time, to everyone. It doesn't matter how smart, educated, humble, or skeptical you are. The human brain is naturally wired to want to be right, not necessarily to discover the truth. Simple and scary examples. You know that friend who says, "See? It rained right after I washed the car. It always happens." But in reality, they forget the hundreds of times it didn't rain. Their brain only logs the moments that confirm that belief, and filters out everything else. Here's another classic. Someone believes a certain food is harmful, so they only seek out articles, videos, and studies that back up that belief, while ignoring any research that shows the opposite. Now, online, this gets even more dangerous. Social media algorithms track what you click and start showing you only the content that agrees with your views. The result? You start believing the whole world thinks like you, and that anyone who disagrees must be blind or wrong. Why does the brain do this? It might seem like stupidity, but it's actually a survival mechanism. Our ancestors lived in extremely dangerous environments. Making quick decisions, without questioning everything, could mean the difference between life and death. If your brain noticed a pattern, real or not, like, if that bush moves, there's probably a predator, then it would reinforce that idea over time to keep you safe. But today, in the modern world, that same survival instinct leads to misinformation, extremism, conspiracy theories, and even prejudice. The self-deception cycle. It works like this: you have a belief. You look for information that confirms it. When you find it, you feel validated. You ignore, dismiss, or discredit anything that disagrees. Your belief grows stronger and stronger, until you're living in a bubble where you're always right, even when you're completely wrong. Signs you're falling into confirmation bias. You feel uncomfortable when someone challenges your opinion. You think people who disagree are stupid or dishonest. You constantly seek information that confirms your views. When you see something that contradicts your belief, your first thought is, that can't be true. The world of bubbles. Here's the catch: with social media, those bubbles become nearly perfect. If you believe a theory is true, algorithms will keep feeding you more content, more people who agree, more videos, more proof. Soon, it feels like the entire world agrees with you, when in fact, it's just the bubble your brain and your feed have built around you. The dark side of confirmation bias: fake news spreads faster. Polarization grows. Families get divided over opinions. People stop learning and start reacting. And here's the scariest part. The more intelligent and educated a person is, the more likely they are to use that knowledge to defend their beliefs, instead of questioning them. Is there a way out? Yes, and it starts like this. Doubt yourself. Every time you think I'm 100% sure about this, ask. But what if I'm wrong? Seek out different views. Deliberately read, watch, and listen to people who disagree with you, not to fight back, but to understand. Check your own filters. When you find something that strongly confirms your belief, pause and ask. Do I agree because it makes sense, or just because I already wanted it to be true? Accept that changing your mind isn't weakness. It's actually one of the greatest signs of intelligence, courage, and growth. Confirmation bias doesn't make you dumb. It makes you human. We all fall into it, every day, to some degree. The real challenge isn't never being wrong. It's realizing when you're wrong, and having the humility to change direction. Because in the end, the most important question isn't, who's right? But rather, what is actually true? If this video made you think, leave a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. The truth can be uncomfortable. But ignorance, now that's truly dangerous.